Hello everyone and welcome back to the 3T Path channel. My name is Giridhari. Now everybody wants to go to God. Everybody wants to be with God. So how do you do that? Well, why don't we listen to Him? Why don't we hear directly from God what He has to say? He gives 5 things you have to activate in your life to be able to go to Him. And we find this in Bhagavad Gita, verse 55 of chapter 11. And I'll read the Sanskrit and then the translation. The Sanskrit goes like this. Mat-karma-kṛn, mat-paramo, mad-bhaktaḥ, saṅga-varjitaḥ, nirvairaḥ sarva-bhūteṣu, yasamam eti pāṇḍava. Translation. One who enacts actions for me, taking me as supreme, who is devoted to me and devoid of detachment, and who does not hate any being. That person comes to me, O Pāṇḍava. So this is Krishna talking to Arjuna. And he says then 5 things we need to be able to go to Him. So let's look at these 5 things. The first one, whatever you do, do that as an offering unto me. This is the core message of the Bhagavad Gita, which a lot of people don't pick up. And this is the core message. This is like, if you understand this, you're a yogi. Whatever you do that as an offering unto me. Of course, whatever you do within Dharma, because Dharma is the thing you want to do to offer to Krishna. The righteous action, the correct action, the very best of you, your duties, your responsibilities. Do that as an offering unto Krishna. This is a very interesting concept. Because if I'm doing something for someone else, what does that mean? I am thinking of that person. I want to act in such a way as to please that person. My actions will be guided by this concept of what will be pleasant to that person. So in practical terms, that's why you perform your Dharma. You perform your Dharma because Krishna wants you to perform your Dharma. He says He comes down to re-establish Dharma. That's the whole point of the avatars. They come down to re-establish Dharma and to overcome adharma, the lack of Dharma. So automatically you'll be thinking, I have to do the best of me because I'm doing it as an offering unto Krishna. You can't lie, cheat, and steal, and that will please the Father? No, you can't steal from a brother, steal, kill a sister, and the Father will be pleased? No. So you're doing the best of you automatically, the very best you can offer to the world. You're doing that because you're doing everything as an offering unto Krishna. Yes, your final objective is to please Krishna. So that's very important. 2, and this is, I think, the one that's even the most important of this list. Make God your supreme everything, taking me as supreme, Krishna says. What does that mean? It means that Krishna, God, is your supreme goal, your supreme objective, your supreme desire. It's very important. So then now, why are you acting? What are your primary objectives? What do you want to do? What's important for you? Well, at the top of the list has to be Krishna. Krishna has to be your supreme goal. Until Krishna is your supreme goal, why would you go to Krishna? You'll stay in the material world. Because that's what you're saying. It's not the most important thing. I've got other things more important, Krishna. Krishna says, okay, that's fine. I've created billions of universes, the Vedas say, not just this vast universe we're in, inconceivably vast. I mean, it's hard to even understand the concept of a galaxy. It's so vast. And then we know that there are billions of galaxies. It's like, what can you, but there are billions of universes. the Vedas say. So there's room for all the fantasies. Oh, you want to be a toad with dragon wings? Okay, there's some place somewhere where we can give you that karma. No, I want to have this situation where I'm a magical powers in society, and okay, we can do that as well. So whatever crazy thing you want to do, if that's your goal, that's your supreme goal, there's some karma for you for that goal. But if you want God, God has to be your supreme objective. So make God your supreme goal. Everything else you're doing it for that supreme goal of going back home, back to God. So that's very important. I think that's the most important one, because you get that one, everything else will come into focus. 3, be in constant devotion, bhakti. Of course, you have to be in bhakti. You have to have bhakti, you have to have love. And one way for you to understand bhakti and feel bhakti is to understand bhakti as the presence of God, the loving presence of God, to experience the loving presence of God. That's a very good way for you to activate your bhakti. Try that and let me know what you think. Just feel that presence, that loving presence of God in the form of bhakti. 4, be free from material attachment. Now this is a big deal. In yoga, it's always explained this way. Look, there is a fork in the road. Do you want to stick with matter? You're attached to matter? Or do you want to become attached to this, to attach to Krishna, to devotion, to being the best of you, to your dharma? Which attachment are you going to develop? Material things? Do you want position, power, money, fame? You want a car, a house, a wife, babies? Is that your main goal? This material situations? Or is your main goal spiritual? And of course, with this beautiful knowledge of the Gita, you can get both if you're smart. If you prioritize Krishna, if you make Krishna supreme, if you make everything as a loving offering to Krishna, well, that everything includes having a family and a car and whatever factory, whatever you want to have, you can have all that as an offering unto Krishna, as long as Krishna is your supreme goal. As long as your objective is to be doing the very best of you as a loving offering to Krishna, experiencing bhakti. But you have to make this decision. Matter or spirit, viveka. This is a key point in all of Vedic spirituality, all of yoga. This is it. Which path are you going to take? And then 5, this is really good. Don't hate anyone. Krishna puts that as a condition. You can't hate any of my children. And if you say, no, I don't hate anyone, but then you're gathering animals into pens, making them feel, torture them a whole life, a horrible living, and then you kill them and eat them, that makes you an enemy. So this is all creatures. This is not just all humans. This is all living beings. Don't hate any living being. Don't hate anyone. You have to have this love. So don't torture and kill and maim animals in the name of just satisfying your tongue. That's hating. That's a hateful behavior. That won't be accepted. You can't kill your brother and say, God, are you happy with this? You're killing your brother. No, you can't. And the cow is your brother, the pig, the chicken, they're all brothers and sisters. We're all children of God. So that's very important. Okay, so those are the 5 things. Let's repeat them here. Whatever you do, do that as an offering to Krishna. 2, make Krishna your supreme everything, your supreme goal, desire, and objective. 3, be in constant bhakti, in constant devotion. 4, be free from material attachment. And 5, don't hate any living being. Well, that's it for now. Let me know what you thought about this, and have your rest of your day with lots of peace and lots of love.